All right, we are starting this recording in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to this detailed tutorial on my NHL. It's 24. It's just my EA Sports NHL Franchise Tracker tutorial as far as how it works in Google Sheets. So I have linked both of these templates below. If you guys want to go use them, absolutely go for it. Today we're going to be looking through both. Mainly because I've done work on both of these. One of these is an expansion draft franchise tracker. Both of them have a very similar setup where you can just, kind of click through here, fill in all of your names and numbers and everything. And again, if you put like the year this player's drafted, and this is current year, I should probably put that. So yeah, there's current year. So let's say, I don't know, let's say we have Gavin McKenna as our player. I always like to put my jersey numbers in too, so I know they work. Let's say he's a $9.5 million contract. Then it totals out $9.5 million for centers and totals the roster cost, so you can track all of that. But of course, let's say it was year 2027. He's drafted in 2027, meaning it'll calculate his age. So, and let's say we have Michael Misa, 77 as 8.5, which would be a great contract on him. Also, I don't know why this is not formatting properly. Everything should be Barlow semi-condensed. Regardless, he'd be drafted in 2025, making him 20 years old. And again, let's say you had Leon Draisaitl as your third line center, right, at $14 million. You put him in as a 2014 draft year. It would put him as 31 years old in 2027. So yeah, it does the calculation for you there, nice and easy. But apart from that, you'll see the teams. We'll talk about image and VLOOKUPs in a second, because VLOOKUP is a whole thing that I'm gonna have to teach you guys on. We'll have a specific and divided section for that up in here, but this is the main screen. This is the overview screen, so you can see every single place, record year, and then it's averaged out by the average if it's not equal to 0. Same thing with, I believe these are actually all supposed to be, that's not supposed to be average, that's supposed to be sum, so it calculates out your total over the years. And then those should all be sum as well. That one should be sum as well. So okay, that's fixed now. So with that being the case, that one should be average, my bad, because you want the average point percentage on that one. But for results, the way I like to fill these out, let's say again Newfoundland Growlers made the playoffs in round 1 and got eliminated. You go round 1 knockout or KO. As well as you would then put whoever won the cup. Let's say Carolina won the cup, so you go CAR. This doesn't affect anything. This is just more for a tracking as far as the actual results of the season for your team, as far as did you not qualify for the playoffs and the Edmonton Oilers won the cup. Like, you can do that. Same thing with the minor league too. So yeah, nice and easy way to fill this out. Don't touch any of these because they are all linked, as you can see. The only thing, let's say, okay, so here's where we'll go back and forth between the sheets. The reason I'm not using this just regular franchise tracker template is because the years are all off by 1. I mean, I could go, next year when 25 comes out, or next year, in the next 2 weeks when NHL 25 franchise mode comes out, and it doesn't have an overview tracker, because of course it won't, even though they're like, oh, look at all the stats and look at this and that. Where's this? Where's the tracker that actually shows everybody's actually shown up? So yeah, you can see there was players in there that I was messing around with. But as you can see, now that those are all gone, I did have specific and different ones added in here. But yeah, if you want to go and switch the year, you can go copy and paste. Actually, this is all just linked, same as all this A section. So if you go and link this down, then the only thing would be to go and change the filters on here, so you just go and change that by 1 singular. That's the difference you're seeing right there. To multiple select, I'm just hitting Control with my pinky finger on the keyboard, then clicking these things, and then yeah, it updates that. So as you can see, that should all be working now. All right, so now that that is done, that is the main and overview screen. We have a draft screen here too. This links to every single thing, which is crazy. Pretty much all of these are linked, and they should be linked properly as long as I haven't messed them up. But I might have them messed up because I can see AHL's popping up here, which is probably wrong. So let's go back to the other franchise tracker, which again, I've spent more time on. I've put a little more work into, and the beauty of it is that there is actually, okay, so on this one, there's 9 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is 10. Okay, so we have 10 sections there, which is beautiful. When you go to fill out this screen, so let's say we're filling out a whole season, you put your player stats. Another fun thing that I put in here is that, because I ran into this problem when I once had a high scoring defenseman in one of my saves, and that became a problem all of a sudden. So let's say you see how this says year 1 K65. So K65 would be linked right over here and there, and then this says if I7, so you can see these 4 cells are linked, and this if function just essentially sets it up. So let's say we had Michael Misa score 50 goals and 29 assists or something like that. He scores 79 points, but then on your back end you have Rasmus Dahlin score 27 goals, but he got 62 or 92 assists. That'd be insane. 62 assists, and he outscores him. Scores 89 points. That's just going to pop up in the overview here, so it gives you the player's score and your top scorer. I'm pretty sure if there's a tie, like if we did Michael Misa with 50 and 39, I don't actually know what it would do here. Let's see. So yeah, if you somehow have a tie between a defenseman and a forward, tough. Then you got to pick one. You get to pick your favorite player then. But yeah, all your players' names and just general goals, assists, points, stats go in here. As long as you don't delete any cells in here, this should just total. So if you went like 50, 30, 22, 80, oh, it would be the other way around. 70, 78 goals. There you go. Just so yeah, and then you can fill out your players' names, title them down, and keep going. So Ovechkin, Nick, Backstrom, so on and so forth, right? You can fill this all out. Goaltender save percentage, goals against average, you can't do that properly. So if you went like 3.84 and then 0.905, then that's a proper save percentage skew in category. The only thing I haven't perfected in here yet is goalies. But the way the goalie sheet works, because NHL scorers, you just have to manually copy and paste your player stats in year by year. As you can see, even this is still incorrect up here. I do need to fix this. So easy fix again on this, as far as you just tab over once and just change the filler and the background on it. Really easy, honestly, to fix this stuff. Like once it's set up and it's good to go. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that we got, it's going to be 24, 25 right around the corner here. We're almost into that at this point, but yeah, and then you just go to the end and go 2046-47. Did I mess up a year? I think I did. I mess up a year. Somewhere in there I messed up a year where it's like duplicate. So this would be 2046-47, this would be 2047-48 at this point. But yeah, now that that's all fixed, you could go through and it would give you the total of each of these players. It's kind of cool once you really get into a save. It kind of like layers out across, like cross by cross like this, as far as how many seasons a guy played, and then it just goes blank after that based on, you can tell what year they stopped playing for your team. As far as the goalies go, you'd fill out the top name. So let's say we had Antiniemi in net or somebody like that, right? And he had a 38 win season, had a 2.98 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. Then the next year, if he only had 22 wins, a 3.25 save percentage and a 3.25 goals against, then this averages out on these two. The formula works, and that's just a sum formula on that, and then you'd add all your other goalies as you go down here that actually play in the NHL. Same thing with, of course, there's AHL scorers and goalies too. Those tabs all work. So then just besides that, for the year one fill out, we have actual names for all the teams in here, but to find them, I mean, obviously you can do these properly. So if you want Edmonton, that's all lowercase, that looks like crap, so we do all capitals. That's how I do it, at least. So Edmonton, Vancouver, Los Angeles. I think I messed up. Is this LA still? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I am missing, not that I'm missing, but I just have some lookup errors in here? Maybe not. Huh, okay. So that's interesting that that's working like that. So yeah, because when we go into conditional formatting, this is the way we get all the colors to pop up here and then for them to pop up elsewhere is the formatting and conditional formatting. By going to conditional formatting, you can see these are all punched in already. If I wanted to go and change every single team to 4-digit or 3-digit names, like you can see LA, New Jersey, I believe Tampa Bay and San Jose are the other ones. If I wanted to change that, I would have to go in and do that, and then do that on every single year, which is a pain in the ass amount of work. I don't even know why this thing's popping up. That looks like just an error. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that just simply shouldn't even be there on the formatting, but it is. So, again, we'll go and clean it up. Miss little things here and there. But this is the franchise tracker. It's absolutely amazing for how it works. Let's say the Oilers had 109 points, Vancouver had 107, LA had 101, and I don't know, Vegas had, that was all shifted. Vegas Golden Knights had 99 points, something like that, right? You can fill this all out, and there's the extra team slot in here, so like you have essentially space for 2 extra teams at the bottom of each division with this one, which is fine. It's just blank space if you don't fill it out. If you do fill it out, great. That would mean you'd have enough space for a 40-team league with this template. Art Ross, you'd fill out, let's say, Connor McDavid, go figure, wins the Art Ross with 52 points or whatever. And then right behind is Kucherov on Tampa Bay, and then Nathan McKinnon, Colorado with 144 and 142 or whatever. Then you can do that. Like, say you're playing as Edmonton, you could bold these if you wanted, or you cannot. Like, do whatever you want, really. It's your spreadsheet. Once you copy it, obviously, please make a copy of this. Don't just start editing my spreadsheet. Make a copy in Google Sheets and then make that your template and then go from there. But yeah, pretty simple stuff to do here. It's really not rocket science by any means, but yeah, you'll see like OV should be popping up. Oh, so he won't pop up until we actually put in a 22 goals and 61 assists or whatever. So yeah, OV will pop up once that is in. You'll see these 3 ratings. I do actually have insert offense, defense, and goalie ratings in cells A6, B, or A6, A24, and A34. Insert offense, defense. So this is for the AHL in this one, but essentially all this does is, let's say you want to see your team ratings at the start of the year. You just put them right here. So this would be like, forwards would be, let's say you had 99 offense, 91 defense, and let's say 83 goaltending. You put those 3 in, and then all of a sudden those are popping up in here, and you have your whole team rating for the year. The next thing on there is wins, losses, and so on. You can see this drop-down menu. This is great for teams. You can literally select any teams. You can see I added a bunch of additional teams here for just teams I was messing around with. You can actually add more teams. We'll get to that in a second. That's on the lookup page. But let's say I want to play as Calgary. Boom. That'll pop up. The Flames logo, I don't know why the Wikipedia logos are coming up like that right now, but they are. It is what it is. See, does the Sharks logo? Yeah, they all come up dark, I guess, because it goes dark for... It's got to be a Wikipedia change, I think. All right, and the Washington Capitals logo just does not exist. That's cool. All right, well, yeah, again, there are some slight errors with this spreadsheet here and there. If you wanted to fill out your team, like obviously if you change teams, if you're doing like a journeyman, you could put in different teams for different years. For the sake of this, let's keep the Growlers on there now because I'm using that as a specific team. But let's say we had a 50-win season. You then had 22 losses, and what's the remaining games? 50, 22, and 10? Is that the right amount of games? Yeah, okay. And let's say that puts you second place in the league with 110 points, right? Again, if you finish 32nd, put yourself there, 33rd, whatever. But yeah, you put those stats there, they will all pop up right across here, and then you'll have a whole season laid out besides this one results tab. So yeah, it's really cool how these all kind of link together. Like again, if I went to year 10 and filled this out and went 53, 27, and what is that? And 2. Ooh, don't put 2 there. Yeah, do not fill out those in between gaps. Is that the right amount of games? 70, 80. Yeah, that's the right amount of games. And we finished with a 4th place finish there, right? You look, go back, overview, filled out, same thing. So these are all linked. So every single thing does work in here. But yeah, it's just a matter of you. And if you want to reset it, just fill it all out with zeros. Besides the points, because the points does have a formula in there that works, and that's pretty much it. It's really nice and straightforward. Again, really simple to fill out. The AHL does work the same way. If you just scroll down a little further, you can see let's say you made a trade with Columbus. You could go acquired. Let's say it was the 2025. Number 1 pick, which turned out to be James Hagens. That's how I would write it. If you did that in exchange for, let's say, as Newfoundland, let's say we traded, can't be Michael Misa, let's say it was Tej Ginla, and 2025, number 2, which turns out to be Michael Misa, right? Like, you could do that. That's how I write out my trades, at least, to view later. Free agents work very similarly as far as if you go 8 years, it's a $12.5 million contract, it'll pop up the money like that. The team and conditional formatting does work in this section too, so if Colorado wins first overall pick, Edmonton wins the second, New York Rangers win the third, whatever, right? Like, it doesn't matter what order they get filled out in, but it does all fill out. There's a total on this as well for the screen, and then when you actually punch in all of these top 4 teams kind of thing, then they'll all actually, for the most part, sometimes you actually have to click this and hit equals, but you can see T10 was set as that one, so that means that one of these in here is set as T or Q11, yeah. Looks like, yeah, there was some mix-ups on certain teams there, but this one should be equal to LA. Same thing here, so if you went Colorado, Chicago, Minnesota, Arizona make the playoffs. So yeah, Arizona's AZ. Again, you can check those in the specific spots in the lookup. If you're like messing up team names and stuff, just go see how these are spelled out. I think I had meant to just do... Yeah, let's just keep these the same so there's no confusion really. San Jose is their own team. Same with Tampa Bay has a specific formatting. It's just the way the spreadsheet works. Again, this isn't fully my spreadsheet. I can't remember who I initially took this spreadsheet from. It was somebody in the EA Franchise Mode community, like the Reddit community of EA Franchise, or EA's NHL franchise, but yeah, whoever it was, credit to them. This is not fully my spreadsheet, but I have taken it and upgraded it more because I really like the format of it. Obviously, like I added the section where defenseman and forward scoring gets adjusted. Besides that, the cool part here is whatever numbers you put in, say it's a 2-1 series, Edmonton moves on with a bigger number, this becomes 3, LA moves on. So it's really just if one's bigger than the other, put that one. If the other's bigger than the other, put that one. And then it just keeps working its way down. So say LA wins 4-2, Vancouver wins 4-3, Colorado wins 4-1, and Chicago loses 3-4. All those teams pop up. It keeps working its way through. And then if Colorado wins the cup, then Colorado pops up there. So yeah, that's how it works. It's a very cool little system. Same thing works on the East. If you start punching in teams, they start popping up. It's a really great system. So yeah, just something really easy to work through there. As you guys can see, I'm just, no, we went a little bit too far back. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we want to go from there probably. So, and then you can just delete right over this. It doesn't do anything really besides delete that. And yeah, just when you're deleting, do not delete this section. Do not delete this section. Do not delete this section. And I think that's it. Besides, yeah, obviously punch zeros over the standings and score. And then same thing here where this is just, you can just delete these. It doesn't matter to clean up the spreadsheet if you're going to reuse it or repurpose it for a different team or something, or you just completely get your stats wrong, whatever it is. That's all things like that. So now we're going to get to how to actually add a team. This is the trickiest part probably out of this whole spreadsheet. So let's say I'm going to go and pull up another Google tab here. Let's go Google, and I am going to go pull up, let's say we want to add the Halifax Highlanders, right? Okay, here we go. Sorry, okay. So let's say we want to go add the Halifax Highlanders logo. Going to be kind of tough to find a PNG image of it, but if you can find one, go through it, go to the actual link, find the link that has actually taken this, go open image in new tab. It'll pop this page up, and then you're going to want to copy this link. So Control C, we've copied that. Now that we have that link, we can go back to our spreadsheet and we go to lookup. So let's say I want to add a new team here, and we're going to add the, let's go, whoa, no, that's not the right one. Okay. Let's go here, go insert one column above, and then we're going to add Halifax, HFX, right? That's just going to be their logo. We can go here, go paste that link in, and then we'll go Halifax Highlanders, right? Now that that's in, so we have the Halifax Highlanders team in there. Let's say we want to make another team for, we'll pull this back up. Let's say we want to make another team for, I don't know, let's say, we want a different Highlanders team. Like, it's still going to be not Halifax, let's say it's going to be the Moncton Highlanders, something else, right? Like, you want a slightly different logo. You can see this one's a slightly different logo. That one, try to find PNG images, just because they look a little bit better on here. If you can't find PNG images, let's just go cool hockey team logos, and then you'll want to go PNG at the end. Once we get that all in here, let's say we go with this team. Okay, maybe not. That looks like Toronto, though. That's cool. Ninja Turtles? Is it a PNG image? It is indeed. Okay. So let's go and find this. Click on this. Open image in new tab. Same thing again, right? We'll see if this works or not. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's obviously not. It needs to kind of be a blank page like this for this to work properly. It can be a little tricky sometimes, but let's say we want the St. John Ninja Turtles. Obviously, the Ninja Turtles are actually from New York City, but I'd say it was SJN 1, something like that, right? You could do that, put that image in, and now if we wanted to go back and add these, so first things first, you do need to look at, okay, how far down does my link need to go? It needs to go down to cell number 80, and this one needs to go down to cell number 34. So now when we go to our team reference, we'll go to the drop down menu, scroll to the bottom, and hit this little edit icon. Now you can see that only goes to 42. We need to fix that, put it at 43. And then when we hit done, it should be pulling up the Halifax Highlanders pop up there at the bottom. Very cool, but if I pop this up, it's going to look like garbage. So you can see that is the just base of the spreadsheet there. So now it doesn't look like that cell's referencing properly, which is a little bit unfortunate. But now we can go back to, we're going to hit conditional formatting. Again, we're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to go we're not going to hit add a new rule. We'll click on a different team. So you can see right here I got the Newfoundland Growlers. But if we hit add another rule, it'll copy this tag. So now we can go in, change this to Halifax Highlanders. You can see it makes the whole image because I have all the specific cells. Like you can literally see how many different cells are all filled out here for ranges. It covers this whole area, makes the spreadsheet all look very uniform and easy. And then let's say we want to do a dropper on, I'm going to pull this over to my other tab because I think this will work then that way. We want to go the dark blue for the Highlanders. So yeah, that dropper technique actually works quite well. You can kind of see the screen coming in and out. I managed to get it to work. Ooh, okay, we're going to drop that down. But now, the only other thing that's not working here is that, like if I went HFX in here, you see how that's not quite working yet? You would have to go and, again, add another rule, just copy it, add another rule, it does the same thing. Just change the acronym, change the color that you just added, and then boom, that's it. It should be in all of these logos positions. So let's say Halifax gets the first 3 picks. Boom, look at that. They're all in there, right? So it all works in all of those positions now. I can put it here. It does the same thing. So yeah, really nice and easy for the most part. But we are getting on with this tutorial. So let's go back to our link just because, again, that link isn't working currently for the Halifax Highlanders. I don't understand exactly why it's not working. It should be working. And okay, that is not working. So let's say instead we wanted to do a team that we know is going to work, like the Quebec Nordiques. I've obviously programmed it in properly already, but yeah, I would recommend using the wiki links instead, just because they come out looking a little better. Those upload files are the beautiful thing that works here. So let's go Charlotte Racers hockey team. Boom. It should come up on, no, that's the Charlotte Checkers. Okay, maybe the Charlotte Racers don't exist. There's a chance I created that one in my head. Oh, I know where it is. It's supposed to be that's the one I'm looking for. It says Indianapolis on here, but again, if you wanted to use this, you'd click on this link. You don't need to inspect it necessarily, but use the upload link again on here. I don't think I have an upload link in the back right now. That would be why. Oh, maybe I do. No, there we go. So that is the upload link, so now that should work. And boom, as you can see, that all works. Besides, of course, the formatting is all messy again. So we would just go in and add another one. Just go add another rule. Change this to the Charlotte Racers. Change the color to literally whatever you want, whether you want it to be the blue or you want it to be the red. The dropper works. It makes it look real nice and clean. And then same thing on here if you wanted to conditional format it. Conditional formatting is a beautiful thing once you actually get it down. change this to Shah, and then make it red, and then boom, and then Charlotte should pop up like that. So yeah, again, really easy to do, but does take a tad bit of work to actually figure out and understand. But once you've got that all down, this spreadsheet's going to become second nature to you. And again, this is me after probably a couple of years worth of work, but you'll see there is a little, it's the original Alex. That is who I have been meaning to quote on this, as far as he is the original creator on this spreadsheet, and I have just taken it and ran with it and kind of made it my own. Awards do pop up on here too. So let's say we're going to fill this all out, and Artemi Panarin won the Hart in this season. Now if you go to awards, you'll see Panarin pops up there when we fill out Edmonton scoring 143, and then, Panarin right below scores 142, and the Rangers end up winning the cup or whatever. Score 71 goals or something, right? Like, let's say that's the case, right? Then all of these awards fill out. Adam Fox gets the so on and so forth. And if you do this, it should start, filling itself in. If it's all the same, obviously, let's say Bedard wins the Calder, you can fill that out. Conn Smythe goes to right? But then if you wanted to put New York Islanders in there, that would change. So something like that, right? Like, you could fill out all these awards, and then they should start all popping up across here. And it's really fun when you can, see how many counts you have for your team. You can change this. Obviously, you can see this spreadsheet was set to Atlanta for the count if I was playing as Chicago. Then I could take this count and just go copy and then go all the way across on all these. Again, I'm holding control, and then if I went paste, it would copy in. But if, again, let's say for whatever reason the Vezina ended up going to Peter Mrazek in Chicago, that count if function would actually count the awards too. So the award sheets are mine. I did work on those. But again, the original Alex, he is the one who set up the initial basis of the spreadsheet, mainly this kind of setup right here. I obviously added more tabs, changed all the programming in it. I added this piece to add the extra divider for additional draft class stats that you could track. I just copy and paste my drafts right across here. And again, you can just change the background by yourself if you want to. It's really easy to do. Again, just use control and then your mouse. And there's little checklists if somebody turns out to be a steal, whatever, you can fill that out. And that is pretty much it for this spreadsheet. So yeah, if you guys are liking this spreadsheet, if you're enjoying it, if you use it for yourself or for somebody else for tracking franchise mode, then of course make sure to leave a like. This is probably a system too advanced for what EA can do, but I would love to see them implement some type of actual overview and franchise tracker in the future. That would be really fun, because obviously you have your franchise tracking totals, but that is unfortunately about it for what actually exists in NHL. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some updated franchise trackers and things like that in the near future. But again, if this video helped you out in any way, show your support down below, and of course go down below to check the links as well. But that is it for me. I hope this video helped you out and that you enjoyed it. But this is Etanyos signing out. I'll see you in the next video.